people with ADHD and liars, welcome to a brand new video. Today, we are looking into a lot of crazy stuff. Piers Morgan did a whole debate interview with some wokies versus anti-wokies. Today, they're going to be talking about Wicked is the ninth circle of hell, because apparently there was this tragically gay apology tour, and I'm not saying that like as a hyperbole, and I'm not using gay as like a negative connotation, okay? I'm just being honest here. That's what people say. Liberals triggered, bizarre woke Jaguar ad. The world is literally on fire. I just want you to know this, okay? I want you to know that when this shit happens in the world and people wonder why Trump got elected, this is also sort of the answers to why Trump got elected, because this stuff is insane. So today we're talking about Jaguar, the ad that went mad. We're going to be talking about Wicked, made for women and gay men, apparently, which is a twist of all time. And Band-Aid versus Ed Sheeran, because apparently that's a whole other woke controversy. I'm very confused. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I do like chaos, so that's what we're here for. Subscribe for chaos, because every fucking insane situation that ever happens, I will be there to literally talk about it. So anyway, on to the insanity.
The woke market has crashed. Read the...
I love that that's a real line. The woke market is... He's right, though. Like, we're all laughing. The woke market... Listen, I used to think woke was a stupid word to say. Like, because a lot of people use woke as like a negative context, but bro's actually right. The woke market obviously did crash. You know why? Because people just don't care. People just don't care anymore. They woke too close to the sun.
Room.
They knew who they were gonna piss off.
Dude, I've seen this guy before. Oh my God, he has like 4 brain cells. Holy shit.
Why would you have a corporate goal to piss off consumers?
Fantastic question. Oh God, you are gonna lose your mind. If you don't know about this stuff, you are gonna lose your mind. Like, the whole woke thing is so cringe at this point. It's like, dude, you know, no one complained about Arcane for being woke because there's gay people in Arcane, because Arcane is a fucking masterpiece. People are complaining about what Jaguar did.
Listen, I don't own a car.
Big flex! You see, I don't own a car, so I don't care if I'm offended. What? As someone that owns a car, and a Tesla at that, fuck you, bro. This is crazy.
Idea that all publicity is good publicity is not true, because
no, obviously not. Not all publicity is good. If all publicity is good publicity, then Kamala Harris's $1 billion ad campaign would have had her win.
Bud Light got a lot of publicity, and they also lost about 30% of the
yeah, dude. Yeah, boycotts. Turns out boycotts actually work.
Value of their shares.
You know, everyone heard about Sweet Baby Inc. now, but Sweet Baby Inc. is dead. For those of you who don't know what Sweet Baby Inc. is, it's some gaming consultant company that was blackmailing companies to include more gay characters in their games or some shit. And they got exposed and they got fucking destroyed. It's a good rabbit hole. I've done a video on it.
People are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that. That's really powerful.
A green-skinned woman is mocked, bullied, and humiliated because of her skin color.
No. That's not the plot of Wicked. No. Really? That's hilarious. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that as funny? If that's true, that's hilarious. Oh my God. That's awesome.
A green-skinned woman. Yeah. There is no such thing.
There is in Wicked, and they're racist. Can't even make this shit up, bro. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
I did see it with my wife. It's the ninth circle of hell for me.
Oh my God. I heard relatively mid things about Wicked. I didn't think anyone actually like loved it or hated it that much. I thought it was more or less a relatively acceptable mid show, but all right, let's see what it's all about.
With political hostilities paused for Thanksgiving, our focus turns to those for whom there is no seasonal respite, celebrities and ultra-woke corporate lunatics.
Happy Thanksgiving! Today we're sending love to everyone except for ultra-woke corporate lunatics. Honestly, I respect that, honestly. I respect that. Anyone that's on a radical extreme, either on the right or the left, they don't deserve a Thanksgiving.
Begin with premium car maker Jaguar, and you have it's been billed as so ludicrous that it seems almost purpose-made to generate a debate about it.
Wait, this is the ad for Jaguar, like the car? Like the fancy car? Why the fuck does she have pom-poms on her feet? What the fuck is this guy doing with his... Why does he have a... Wait, what? What the anthropomorphic fuck am I looking at?
No driving, no roads, no cars. It looks
This is the ad for Jaguar?
more like the Norwegian entry for Eurovision Song Contest than
Oh my God.
a campaign.
Break. Molds.
by a luxury
Why is Brienne from Game of Thrones wearing this chicken shit?
motor brand. The backlash has been as
Why are the fucking Teletubbies of the woke Teletubbies sitting on a space rock?
amusing as, frankly, I would say is justified. This parody promises the Jaguar ad, but with 100% more Jaguar.
Jaguar. There are no Jaguars. They don't have any fucking. They don't. Oh, breathe. People can't be this stupid. People can't be this stupid. People aren't this stupid. People cannot be this stupid. There's no car, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. This. I don't know. I don't think this is woke. I think this is just retarded. Very nice. Ah, they've saved the ad. Let's go. AI insert Jaguars to murder all the fucking gay Teletubbies. Right. Okay.
And there's been plenty of that, although it has to be said that from an awareness point of view, everyone in the world now knows that Jaguar has a new campaign out and it's been viewed hundreds of millions of times on social media.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think if people buy more Jaguars because of this, I feel like this is unironically going to become the new marketing strategies for company. They're just gonna make insane unhinged shit and people are going to watch it. Oh my god. No, you see all of them, the fucking woke Teletubbies, it's a metaphor for society.
Well, Jaguar's managing director, Rawdon Glover,
Don't you want to be perceived like that by society? By a Jaguar.
the Financial Times, that criticism has been driven by vile hatred and intolerance. Has it? Or is it another example of what I would call the virtue signaling death spiral that brought us Me Too Gillette and Dylan Mulvaney's Bud Light? Here to discuss all this and more from an erotic YouTube channel, pop cultural critic Gary Beekler, the uncensored regular contributor Esther Kraku, and the man who can always be relied upon to defend the indefensible when it
Oh my god, dude! He's literally he's calling him brain rot into his face! Defending the indefensible.
comes to all things woke, author of the case for cancel culture, Ernest Owens. Ernest, let me start with you on this one, because it's become a bit of a laughing stock, this Jaguar ad. What's interesting to me is, and full disclosure, I used to be an ambassador of a Jaguar like 15 years ago. When they, literally got a nice Jag to drive around, and I felt pretty cool in my nice smart sports car. This is obviously a radical departure from anything they've done before.
It's marketing, baby. It's marketing. See, here, let me introduce you something. What I'm about to tell you is my entire life's backstory when it comes to woke shit being included in media. All right, and I'll do it in one sentence. I used to think that woke shit was being included in media for the sake of pandering and making money. Because people will be like, oh my god, there's a gay character, I'm also gay, and therefore people will buy more copies. We have seen, by the fact that this is not the case, because the overly woke, as they put it, shit that's added to content generally makes the content perform worse. If you look at video games recently, every video game that's considered super woke, even though everyone is talking about them, like, the entire fucking culture war movement is talking about Dragon Age the Veilguard and Concord. They still all failed. So it's obviously not monetary. The question is there some kind of secret... Okay, I'm literally wearing the tinfoil condom conspiracy theory moment, okay? Is there a secret cabal that is propagandizing shit on purpose? Question mark? I don't know. I'm curious about the reality here. Because it's not making money for anybody.
Is there, a genuine question, is there method to the madness? I mean, they're appealing, it seems to be, to a community which I would not normally think would rush out and buy Jaguars. Are they going to?
I think that, to be honest, the fact that we're even talking about it means that they've done what they want to achieve.
You moron! Everyone was talking about Dragon Age the Veilguard because all the characters came out simultaneously as non-binary. And it failed! That is not what it wanted to achieve. It wanted to sell cars. Ads are to sell cars, not for people to talk about it and make fun of it. Oh my god, these people are morons. All of them. Everyone. Subscribe for more morons.
I think that the marketing idea behind it was brilliant because
This fucking guy. What is even going on?
they knew who they were going to piss off. And I think that, to be honest, that was the goal. I mean, we haven't been talking about Jaguar.
Why is the
in a
goal to
while.
piss off your
I forgot about the
consumers?
car.
Why would you have a corporate goal to piss off consumers? I'm curious.
Great question.
I mean, some consumers. I mean, listen.
Only the consumers that hate gay Teletubbies are pissed off. Which who cares about those guys anyway? Because they're racist, misogynist dirtbags. So who fucking cares? This guy sounds like a South Park character.
I don't own a car, But
This is not a flex! Bro, if they are marketing the product towards people like you, but you don't even own a car, then this is insanity. Insanity.
found it interesting. I definitely did.
I feel like this guy here, this guy's an industry plant. There is no fucking way this is a real guy. Like, there is no way this is a real guy. Someone has to expose the fact that this is an industry plant that Piers Morgan literally has set up to take the fall on every time they discuss woke stuff.
I think the fact that people are talking about it is going to introduce more people to the brand.
But they're not talking.
But you don't even see the car in the ad. People are making fun of it. Dog. If I pissed on your face, people would talk about it. But it's not going to help anyone.
But again, I know that people on this call are not going to like it. I know people are not going to like it. I know you're not going to like it. But I think some people thought it was funny and creative and different.
No one thought it was funny. It was creative and different, though.
But the fact that you all even talking about it was the point.
Look, to be fair,
this is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, to be fair, look.
It's so iconoclast that this is what they wanted.
Okay, Esther, I mean, to be fair.
This is insane. I can't believe he's actually saying, like these words and meaning them. Like, how do you mean what you're saying? Like, yeah, everyone's talking about Diddy being a sex trafficker, so it's literally everything he wanted to bump his career. That's like the logic he's using. Diddy is in jail, but his career is, people are talking about him now because of all the sex trafficking. It was so smart of him.
Jaguar is a
Obviously, this is league's different topic, but goddamn.
very successful company.
Not anymore.
And so it's going to be it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here, because we've seen with Gillette.
It's not going to be interesting. Dude, all these companies that literally do this shit, and again, I wonder if there's some secret blackmail cabal that is forcing people to do this shit. Because it obviously does not help financially.
With Bud Light, we've seen it time and again. When corporations tend to veer woke like this, it tends to go broke in the short term, and they revert back to their previous style. But can you see a method to the madness?
No, absolutely not. Here's the thing. This idea that all publicity is good publicity is not true, because Bud Light got a lot of publicity and they also lost about 30% of the value of their shares. And
that was a total disaster.
Well, exactly. And so this idea that Jaguar has as a method to the madness, they're forgetting the people that usually buy it. Jaguar, like many cars,
think about all the money that Epstein made off of trafficking children to his island. Good point.
are lifestyle brands and they're associated with certain people. Jaguar is associated with upper middle class British women who don't want to look like asylum inmates, which is basically what the people in the advert look like.
Dude, this lady's fucking awesome. Dude, they did. They all looked like 11 from Stranger Things. They literally took 11 from Stranger Things, cloned her 12 times, and put them in crazy jumpsuits.
They don't want to look crazy. They don't want to look like they have nowhere to be and they're just bone idle. And the reality is Jaguar, this is the method to their madness, which is just madness. They're trying to pivot more towards electric vehicles. The shock they're going
No, this is their pivot? Oh my God.
to have is the people that say, oh, this is great and everything, they either don't drive because they live in London, or
Dude, the people that say this great are insane. No one is saying this. I refuse to believe that this man is not a fucking plant, okay? There's no way. Like, it shocks me. I feel like I know a lot of people. I feel like I know a lot of people from different walks of life and different cultures and different backgrounds, and especially on the internet, you get to meet a lot of different people with different opinions. I have friends that voted for Harris, I have friends that voted for Trump, but I can't think of a single person that thinks this Jaguar ad is fucking good. And it's a good idea.
or they wouldn't buy Jaguars anyway. So they're alienating the people that typically would, whose consumer spending has gone down because I don't know if people have noticed, but the British economy is going to pot. And it's just a crazy strategy all over. And who are they going to sell this to outside of British consumers?
Well, that's the question. I mean, the question for me with all these things, I remember as a long time...
This guy got shocked. He just started yelling. Dude, look at that. That's awesome. This dude just starts yelling.
Well, that's the question. I mean, the question for me with all these things, I remember as a long-time Gillette consumer, when they launched that ridiculous commercial attack basically on their male consumers called...
What Gillette commercial are we talking about here? Listen, we gotta do a woke lore dive here. Gillette.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual
Toxic
harassment.
masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
What I
actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something
Classic dads, all grilling.
finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
Oh my god, we just covered her. She literally just left the left. She literally just left the Democrats because she felt like they were being cringe. By the way, just in case you were curious, she literally just left the left. I made a whole video covering that.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
That's what she says. And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie.
Come on.
To say the right thing.
You need to be a white knight because men, they're fucking pervert rapists, all of them.
To act the right way.
But this dude just comes out of every store to stop people. This is amazing. Surprisingly, the birth rate has declined rapidly.
Cool? Not cool?
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, we're everywhere.
and small.
I am strong. I am strong.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
This is insane. It is insane that Gillette made this an ad. This is unbelievable. The best men can be. I am shocked. This is an ad for razors. I feel like I've seen this like 5 years ago. That's crazy. Bro, you sell razors to men. You're not the fucking church. What is going on? This is insane. Yeah, that ad I'm sure lost them a lot of money. Because believe it or not, people don't like to be targeted and criminalized. People don't like to be called racist and menaces to society and, oh, you're a man, so therefore you suck and you're evil inherently. Believe it or not, people don't like to hear that. Oh my God.
Calling us all a bunch of wannabe Harvey Weinsteins until you proved otherwise. And it cost them $9 billion on the...
Gillette lost $9 billion because of that ad? Well, I guess not all publicity is good publicity after all.
Bottom line. Before
I would use my Gillette to cut my wrists after watching that shit. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
they did a screeching U-turn
In Minecraft.
back to the burly guys carrying little babies, making men feel good about themselves rather than criminal. And then we saw the thing with Bud Light with that ridiculous Dylan Mulvaney campaign, which was completely the opposite of everything.
All right, fine. Fuck. Lord Dive Nuxanor here. What's the Bud Light shit? Bud Light.
Hi! Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too.
Yeah, that'll make me want to drink a beer. Yeah, alright. Alright. Oh my fucking God. This is insane, bro. Dude, the cringe is wild. It's wild. You know, honestly, I think that ads shouldn't be about stunts and shocking and pissing people off. But ads should really be about promoting the product and telling people why they should actually use their product. Bro.
Everything that Bud Light would normally be selling to their consumers.
Go sports team, yay!
And they got the kicking it deserved. Is the same thing going to happen here, do you think?
Absolutely. The woke market has crashed. It's been pushed off for so long because the general populace of both of our fine countries have been done with this stuff for a long time anyway. And read the room. Look how much the world changed just in the last couple of weeks. The perception of the world with Donald Trump's re-election.
Man's right. Trump's election literally proved to the world that the woke shit is dying. And I've been saying this also because for me, it's the most obvious thing in the world. And no matter how much that dude, Ernest guy in the right corner rolls his eyes, dude, the fact of the matter is Trump proved that the woke shit's dying because they used every woke thing against Trump in the world. They literally went after him for the color of his skin, orange. And they tried the very fucking best they could to paint him as a racist and a sexist and an everythingist, and he literally just won. Anyway, he proved the world wrong. The world thought they had like this emotional, manipulating, blackmailing power of just being woke. And here we have Nerdrotic. He made a career out of the death of wokeness. It's fucking insane.
Is people being done with this stuff? I was waiting for the punchline. in this ad, because this could be the greatest troll ever if they come back and go, just kidding, and they show a guy about to shag a girl in a Jaguar. That'd be awesome, but that's not going to happen here. And they didn't even have a car in there. And when you're being trolled by...
Didn't even have a fucking car in the ad for cars. See, that's the insanity. Like, they knew this was going to piss people off, and they thought that it would make a difference. It was like their Hail Mary. Obviously, their company was dying, and this was their Hail Mary technique, but they fucking cooked it. That doesn't work.
Elon on Twitter, do you sell cars? By the guy who's outselling them. It's hilarious. So I love seeing this. I mean, go ahead and crash and burn at this.
Dude, the crazy thing is, I love it too. People think I'm upset about the Jaguar ad. Let me make this clear. I am not upset about it. I am laughing at it. The chaos feeds me. I enjoy that shit. It's funny watching the world lose its mind and watching these people crash and burn.
Point if you're going to be this dumb.
I mean, the guy Rawdon Glover from Jaguar said, if we play in the same way that everybody else does, we'll just get drowned out. We shouldn't turn up like an auto brand. We don't want to necessarily leave all our customers behind.
What?
We do need to attract a new customer, to which I would say...
We need to attract new customers? How do we compete with other cars? Because, you know, the other cars are promoting cars. We had to change the strategy because, you see, too many of these car companies are using cars to sell their product, which is cars. We are going to change the world.
Having owned Jaguars in the past, I mean, you are going to feel alienated if you're a Jaguar driver right now. You're going to think...
Can you imagine driving a Jaguar and then you see this ad and you're like, what the fuck, dude? They're going to think maybe I bought this because, oh.
I have nothing in common with this. This is not aimed at me anymore. They don't want like me.
Rich people don't want to look crazy. I mean, like, poor people don't want to look crazy. So, I mean, what's going to happen to this CEO is he's probably going to be handed his P45 in the next few months, because that's exactly what happened with Red Bull that tried this sort of woke campaigning in 2020. They were fired. The CEO fired the entire team. I mean, when you replace your marketing team with asylum inmates and Canva,
oh my God,
like, what do you expect? Why would any wealthy British woman, of which there are a reducing number of them...
Well, you know what? We may be on the verge of true historic greatness here, where it may be in like 6 months' time we reconvene and Ernest has been proven right.
That would be crazy. Imagine Jaguar actually sells tons of cars. I would literally lose my mind. That would be insane. And you know what? I would be here for it. As much as I like to see a downfall, I like to be surprised.
And that doing such a extraordinarily...
Absolutely not going to happen, don't get me wrong. But I would appreciate the surprise. I like being surprised.
A weird campaign aimed at people like Ernest.
Ernest, who, by the way, doesn't have a car.
Turned out to be a piece
Who doesn't own a car, by the way.
Thank you.
It'll be a piece of marketing genius. And Ernest will have now bought 5 Jaguars off the back of it, and for all his mates. And you know what? You'll have the last laugh, Ernest.
Possibly, but what I will say is...
It's a genuine possibility here.
That I just think historically we have seen campaigns that when you look back at Apple, when you look at people who have done radical, wild things.
Like Apple? Apple ads promote the product, you moron! I'm telling you, every time he opens his mouth, I feel like the average IQ in the room drops.
Stuff don't work and some things do. But I think it's very interesting that the group that's so against cancel culture are so invested in killing this brand that's been around for...
No one's killing this brand with cancel culture, just making fun of it because it's stupid. It's like, unbelievable. I love this talking point. Oh, you always are promoting rhetoric, so now I use rhetoric and you hate me for it. Oh, you hate cancel culture and now you try to cancel me? Not canceling you, I'm making fun of you.
Decades over one silly ad.
I don't want to kill it. I just want, like, cars are not cheap. I'm not going to...
I love the brand. Listen, I love the brand of Jaguar. I actually want to help them, not kill them. I think
okay.
So we'll see. Anyway, we'll see, Ernest, whether you're proven right. I wouldn't put money on it, just to be just an FYI.
They're not going to go away. I mean,
I'm not saying they're going to go away, but this ad is not going to help them, bro.
This is not going to be that bad. I think it's going to be okay.
Let's see.
I love how the best he could do to defend it is saying it's not going to be that bad. It's worth it, but it's not that bad. What?
Let's turn to Wicked. So Wicked's the biggest movie in the world right now. It's taken nearly 150 million.
A movie doing great at the box office. Shocker.
What's that?
Shocker. I said shocker. You was,
they made over $10 million the amount they spent on it. That's not exactly...
Hang on, what's the point you're making?
No, but it could have flopped.
What's the point you're making?
They barely broke it even.
Well.
Hang on. What is the point you're making, Ernest?
The point I'm making is that I find it interesting that there was this during the whole election cycle, there was all this talk about, people are done with this woke marketing and this type of stuff, but it outpaced Gladiator at the box office. This very...
So bullshit. People were Dude, you know, I love this man. I love him so much. He's such a precious little angel. It's like, I wonder why Gladiator 2 failed at the box office. Now, this might come as a shock to you, but maybe it's because Gladiator 2 turned its back on masculinity, or Proof Hollywood is Lost, or Gladiator 2 We Are Not Entertained. Interesting. Yes. Or Gladiator 2 a worthless sequel. Yes. Maybe any of these are reasons as to why it failed. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But maybe that's why. These people are fucking insane. Ha! This shit movie did less shit than the other shit movie. Wow!
Very hyper-masculine film that was supposed
hyper-masculine film, sure. That turned its back on masculinity, apparently.
Supposed to be the big juggernaut, but Wicked is doing numbers. People don't like musicals anymore, but all of a sudden people went to go see Wicked.
Okay, first of all, Gladiator is underperforming.
Hang on,
and
let me
secondly,
play.
they've just broken even.
Oh,
They've just made the money.
What it is indisputably doing well. I want to play it. This is very odd. This is like a mashup from the press tour from Cynthia.
Oh my God, I've seen some of the press tour mashup where you just have people just crying and holding hands.
Erivo and Ariana Grande, who've been just behaving in a slightly odd manner.
Oz is so full of queerness and celebration.
Help us, please. What's wrong with her nails? You can't do shit with your hands.
And beautiful differences, and so is Earth.
This week.
So is Earth. Earth, much like Oz, is full of queerness and differences. Cheapest, fleepest.
People are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity.
This doesn't feel like an interview. This feels like a therapy session.
And really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
Dude, why are they acting like this? I feel like this has got to be some sort of mass marketing method to get people to talk about it because they're acting so fucking alien in these interviews.
That's really powerful. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
They all sound like they're talking in ASMR microphones.
I didn't know that was happening.
Dude, why are they dude?
That's what I wanted.
Dude, I cannot make this shit up. What the fuck are they doing? Like, can you decide whether you want to hold hands or not? Like, what are you doing? And also, how on earth do you wipe your ass with those claws?
No, that was happening.
Every day in the Emerald City is a pride parade.
Oh my God,
right?
yeah.
I mean, look at like...
That's great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even like the chickens. Those
with
are
the little
gay.
Kate.
No, Nadrotic,
that was interesting.
It's all a bit weird. There's a suggestion there's a kind of wicked cult that's being developed here.
There's always been a wicked cult, to be real. With
Pretty sure, wasn't Wicked like an incredibly successful musical before this movie ever came out?
The play that, full disclosure, I saw 20 years ago on a date with my wife.
They're turning the chickens gay, true. Alex Jones is cheering in the distance somewhere.
And it is patient zero for like the subversion of expectations, but this has had a fan base for decades. This was always going to do well if they...
Yeah, it's like saying that, oh my God, I can't believe Incredible 2 did well, when, you know, Incredible 1 was one of the greatest movies of my childhood. No shit, Incredible 2 did well. Like, it's really not fair. Whenever people compare, like, an adaptation of something popular or a sequel of something popular, like, I always feel like that's such an unfair metric to compare success. Because, like, dude, you know, the remake of Little Mermaid did well because Little Mermaid was famous and the remake of Little Mermaid was shit.
If they made it close to the source material. And it was a film made for women and gay men. And
oh my God, dude. Dude, I heard people actually liked it. Oh my God. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea.
they are going to see it in droves, and that's fine. That's the kind of film that should exist. For me, I just don't want Marvel to be wicked or Star Wars to be wicked.
Man's actually making a good point. Listen, no problem with a good movie for people that are into specific things. Like, I do understand the point that he's trying to make here, right? Like, turning Star Wars into the Acolyte, or whatever they did there, is disrespectful to Star Wars fans. Not saying that you can't make your own content for, you know, a specific audience. So I do respect that opinion, to be honest. I never watched Wicked, by the way. I just heard, I heard people liked it.
That's where the problem. This movie proves there's a difference between men and women. They both like different things. And not all women will agree, but they will definitely go see it. We saw it with Barbie. I would say Barbie was more hyper political than this. This is just a play where people break out in song. I did see it with my wife. It's the ninth circle of hell for me. I hate musicals, but I went because my wife has gone to a lot of superhero movies with me.
Husband W. Sometimes you go to shitty movies because that's what your lady wants to see. I respect that, honestly. Honestly, that's just positive relationships 101. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I respect that. And I've seen some shitty fucking shows myself. Listen, you know how many of those Gilmore Girls and Gossip Girls and all those other girls shows I've started? I'm just saying, it's not my cup of tea, admittedly, you know? But listen, compromise, baby. It's about who you're with, not about what you're watching. I respect that grind.
I'll probably take my daughter.
Honestly, I have to say, I do respect the fact that Nerdrotic over here, he's not even saying that, like, the movie is shit, it's bad, I hate it. He's saying it's not made for someone like me, but someone like my wife loved it. That's pretty awesome. Like, that's actually a good take. I expected him to go so much more anti-woke. It's woke. The green skin lady is green and skinned and lady, and we hate them because... But he really said pretty rational shit, honestly.
Order to see it. But Esther, today, hilariously, the British Board of Film Classification has issued a trigger warning on Wicked because of potential discrimination against green-skinned women.
This isn't real. This isn't real. We're living in clown world. We're living in clown world. I can't believe it. They're literally putting on fucking makeup in front of me. This is clown world. No.
And persecution of talking animals. The warning issued on their website states a green-skinned woman is mocked, bullied, and humiliated because of her skin color. A green-skinned woman. Yeah. There is no such thing as a green-skinned woman in the real world.
This has to be a parody. Please tell me he was trolled. There's no fucking way this is real. I'm not willing to accept it. There is enough misinformation out there. There is no way this is real.
Even Ernest knows there are no green-skinned women. Right, Ernest? Yes?
Like, Ernest, we can agree on one thing. There are no green-skinned women.
No, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
No, stop. That's the best thing you've ever said, Ernest, please.
Back to you, Ernest. I'll come back to you. I just want to get clarification. There are no...
I fucking love Ernest. I hope they bring him back every time.
No green-skinned women in the world. Esther, why do we have to endure this?
I think, to be honest, I'm such a cynic. First of all, I also hate musicals. There's not enough money you could pay me to go and watch that film. But also, I think I'm the cynic in me is saying this is a PR move. This is saying, oh, slap something ridiculous on it.
I agree with her. I said the same thing. I think all the really weird interviews with like the long fingernails. Oh my God, I'm so touched. This is incredible. Isn't that touched? And then they like touch each other's fingers like they're fucking aliens. You know, like that. All those weird interviews and stuff. I think it's all a PR move to get people interested in the movie. Like, seem like, whoa, this movie is going to be weird. And I really think that's the move.
So that the Daily Mail will pick it up, which it has, by the way. One of the most read newspapers in the country has picked it up. I don't think anyone's going to mistake the discrimination of green-skinned people, one, because it doesn't exist. I mean, why don't they draw parallels with, I don't know, yellow-skinned people with jaundice? It's ridiculous. They're doing this as a PR stunt.
And the person...
I agree. It is definitely a PR stunt.
Offended by
and
this.
Ernest, the persecution of talking animals, for God's sake.
Yeah, like Dr. Doolittle.
No, I think, to be honest, I think that trolling's on both sides, clearly.
Agreed, there is trolling on both sides, it's true, but you know who actually did discrimination well against green people? Shrek. Maybe the greatest but greatest animated movie ever to focus on discrimination against green-skinned people. No one complained about it because it was so good. Anyway.
Clearly, they succeeded in what they knew was going to happen, right? That certain, publications that clearly look for stuff like this to get angry about, we're going to react in the way
that they did. It is not the British Board of Film Classification. It's their job to goad people that they don't like.
True! Listen, trolling on both sides, I respect it. If it's part of your marketing team, then honestly, go for it. I love a little bit of trolling. But dude, if it's the British Board of Classification and shit, it's like, oh, this is PG-13 because the persecution of talking animals and racism against green people. Like, that's insane.
It's supposed to be a neutral organization.
I think, right. True. But I think part of it is to start a conversation, right?
I bet.
True, I agree. They should be neutral, but also, I'm happy they aren't. Thank you, Ernest. Very cool.
Because a lot of what goes on in Wicked...
handsome sum to do this. I can guarantee... There is some email...
Oh, for sure. For sure they were paid off to do this. No doubt.
Chain somewhere in that organization that says we will give you a nice donation. It's obvious. There's no such thing as green-skinned people.
No, but you can't take it so literal. I think it's interesting. Like conservatives, far right, you all have imagination about other people all the time.
Listen, you're conservative, so I don't know, but I imagine you, much like me, a human, also have imaginations. Thank you, Ernest.
About what they're doing and what they're not doing. But for whatever reasons, even in fantasy and joke and humor, you all don't even be able to be like, let go about that.
Dude, this is a fucking classification rating by the British Board of Bullshittery. Bro, this is nothing. This is not a PR stunt Or, I mean, I think it probably is a PR stunt, but it's not their place to do this. This is insane.
Hang on. Ernest, you do understand, Ernest.
Good take, Ernest.
Just because people don't sign up to your very woke worldview, it doesn't make them automatically far right. I mean,
I love how he called them far right. Wait, if you can't think that green people aren't real, you must be far right. True.
You are aware.
He says while making fun of an orange man. Shame on you, Ernest. Oh, those orange people are all getting offended right now.
Is that right?
No one is offended by this. It's not like
Everybody in this desk is far. You're making assumptions about my values. I'm not in this woke world.
Okay, Ernest, listen.
I think I'm in a very conscious world. I don't use the word.
I love him so much. Please keep him. Please bring him back next time.
You mean you're more awake than us because you've been so woke for so long?
What are you? I'm saying I'm more conscious, more compassion for different
you have a bigger...
He has more compassion and conscious because every single person that calls this woke is far right. Yeah, it's always the conscious. It's always the conscious, tolerant, kind, empathetic people that call people Nazis when they vote for Orange Man.
Conscience and the rest of us.
I have more compassion for different people.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, whenever people say that, it's like the biggest red flag in the universe. I'm just more compassionate than most people, so...
I would say compassion for different people.
Really?
It's true.
No, you don't.
Ask him about Trump supporters.
Yes, compassion.
Ask him about Trump supporters.
For transgender people.
Do you have
compassion for people who look different from myself?
Hang on.
So you're assuming we don't?
Compassion for different folks.
Apparently we don't have compassion for those people.
I think some of the things you all have said on this show proves that.
Do you have compassion for women?
I have compassion for green-skinned people.
Do you have compassion for... do you have compassion for women in women's sport or not?
Dude, why do you have to always bring that up? Dude, just be simple. Do you have compassion for people that voted for Trump? There's no fucking way this guy will say yes.
Okay. I have compassion for anyone in any sport.
Great. But if you had compassion for them, you wouldn't want trans athletes ruining the integrity of women's sport. Let's move on. I want to move on to something more serious. No, we're moving on, Ernest.
Yeah, anyway, Ernest, it's nice try, Ernest. You tried. You tried, bro. You tried. Dude, it's so much easier. Do you have compassion for people that voted for Trump? And he would have said no, because they don't have compassion for other people that... It's every single one. You always know people aren't compassionate when they have to tell you how compassionate they are. You see, I don't think most people are racist, generally. But if they tell me I, a not racist individual, I would immediately think that something sussy-wussy is going on there.
You've had your say.
It's always the tolerant ones, isn't it? It's always the compassionate ones.
You've called us all a bunch of uncompassionate, far-right lunatics, which I think is probably enough for one segment. Let me switch gears now to a more serious topic, but an interesting one. Band-Aid has been accused of...
Oh, here we go. The new controversy. I heard nothing about this one. Band-Aid versus Ed Sheeran.
Perpetuating a white savior narrative.
No. Band-Aid was... Band-Aid, like the thing that you... Band-Aid has a white savior narrative. Dude, you can't make this shit up.
After Ed Sheeran told his followers he didn't approve of his vocals being used on the 40th anniversary re-release of Do They Know It's Christmas. Posting to Instagram, Sheeran shared a statement by Ghanaian-British musician Fuse ODG, who accused the campaign of dehumanizing Africans and destroying our pride and identity in the name of charity.
What?
And I'm delighted to say that Fuse ODG joins me now. Welcome to Uncensored. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It was a really interesting story, this. When I first read what Ed had said, I thought, hang on. Come on, you can't attack Bob Geldof, Band-Aid, the whole thing live. It was so fantastic. It did so much good 40 years ago. Why go after it? Then I read what you'd said, on which this is what Ed based his response on. And it did make me just stop and think. If I was currently living in Africa, would I want this narrative to keep playing out, given how thriving and successful large parts of the African continent have become? And I think that's really the point you were making, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, first of all, I think it's very important that, to recognize that the British public are a nation of givers. And, 1984, when the crisis started, the famine, it needed immediate attention. So I understand the sentiment behind helping that crisis. And in the short term, it made a lot of sense. There was great intentions behind it. There's a lot of efforts from the artist, Sir Geldof and the team. There was the intention to help something immediately. The perspective that I'm coming from is that fast forward 40 years later, right? I think there's a way to execute things, because in the midst of this act of kindness trying to solve a short-term crisis, we've created another crisis, which is the identity crisis, where for me, growing up in the UK, these kind of images really affected me to the point where I disconnected with being African. I was not proud of being African. And it's because of these kind of images that feeds, it just feeds a negative perception of the continent. And I just feel like you know, there's a way to solve a crisis without having to put down the people. So I'm just saying, we just need a different model. Am I the only one a little
confused here? Like, I don't know what they're talking about. What is the controversy? What is putting down African people in this situation?
To allow us to solve a crisis, but still maintaining the dignity of the people. Because for me, I fall back in love with myself because I went back to Ghana, and I just want that child in school to just be themselves, and for other people to also see them as equal and just respect them.
I completely agree. We should see everyone as equal, but I have no idea what he's talking about.
For like images like, you know, what Band-Aid, you know, put out, it really, really destroys our collective pride and identity. And that's all I'm saying.
But you know what? You really did make me think. Now, Esther, you are also of Ghanaian heritage. Yeah. What's your response to that?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I was actually in Accra growing up when the 2004 single came out. And I remember me and my relatives were...
I'm so lost. I literally have no idea what they're talking about. Africa, Band-Aid, Ed Sheeran. What is this? What's going on here? What is this Band-Aid dispute? I don't even know. I'll do this Lord of on my own time, but I really feel like this is not something I could have actual commentary on, being that I am definitely not in this, I don't know what's going on. I don't think I could have any actual useful commentary, so definitely check out Piers Morgan for more about this story. I am not going to be covering it because this channel, it's only transformative content, shit that I could actually yap about, and this seems to be out of my wheelhouse. But thank you all so much for joining. This has been the Jaguar and Wicked drama. Dude, I enjoy downfalls a lot. So subscribe if you also like downfalls. I will be covering all of them. My last video will be my own downfall. Subscribe. Stay weird, fam. Thank you. Big kisses. Love you guys. Let's all just take a moment to recognize the fact that if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. And if these people end up losing all their money for this fucking bullshit just to make people feel like they're lesser than they should be, then they deserve it. And also watch Shrek, because green racism will no longer be tolerated on this channel. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.